Hey, my loves, Spiritually Savage here. Hoping you guys are doing well. Let me take these out because I sound like I'm in studio. My baby giving me some love. Normally he be like sitting down. I finally get to see him active. Okay, so I'm actually watching a video as the sun go down. I need to clear my skin, Lord. Anywho, and I wouldn't say it so much as a download as it was a trigger, but it was a good trigger that prompted me to do this video about managing your stress. And I'm probably going to do another video about it. Managing your stress. And if you're anything like me, first, welcome to my channel. This is Spiritually Savage, and I never really say it, but I'm feeling like to say it now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. You know, this is just a journey about my life, dealing with generational curses, black magic, rediscovering my spiritual path, spirituality, family, narcissist, specifically undercover narcissist. That's my specialty. That'll be like a 2-hour. I may do a live on that one because that one may be awesome, right? But if you're anything like me and you had your emotions manipulated to the point where you were confused, always angry, people lying on you. I'm talking about people close to you, your family, not just, people out in the street, because I could care less. If you're anything like me, you never cared about what strangers thought at all. But if you were raised like me, then my baby's giving me support. Then you know that it sucks when you care and you're around people that aren't able to care like you do. I'll say it that way. And so what I discovered on my journey and how I control, and if you've watched any of my videos, I tell you exactly what I do, but this is going to be like a bullet point. So just in case you want to skip all the other videos, I would highly suggest that you go look at them because I'm hilarious. Even when I'm in the middle of a crisis, I'm still hilarious. I'm funny. Anywho, one thing I like to do, so in my experience, if you've had years and years upon years of black magic done on you, you've had a problem knowing where you ended and where other people began, energetically and physically. Energetically first, physically now. Okay, energetically is the same thing as spirituality. It's energy. Okay, so if your energy has been manipulated, then you have lived in a state of confusion for a lot of years, and you're finally coming out of it. You got your mind back. You got clarity, even though that clarity had you like, what the? Are you kidding me? Nah, B, that ain't it. Yes, it. Okay? So if you've had that moment, then you are at the right place, and it will be okay. So some of the things, let me ravel. Okay. I don't think that's the word I was looking for. But let me rattle. That's what I was thinking of. But why did I say ravel? I don't know. Anywho, let me rattle this list off because I was in the middle of studying. 1, you must get back in tune with your emotions. And the one way to do that is to ground yourself. I know a lot of people throw that title around. And if you're anything like me, you had to Google it 1,000,000 times to make sure you check it off everything. I did. Okay, did I do this? Did I do this? Because I wasn't feeling grounded. I was not feeling grounded. I wasn't feeling grounded. I wasn't. It took a minute for the process to get here. But what I recognized is that as I'm doing it and I'm putting that out into the atmosphere, it takes a minute for that energy to come back to me to help ground me. Okay? So, one of the things to do is ground. Now, grounding can be done in numerous ways. People meditate, and meditation could be you cleaning up the house. Meditation could be you cooking. I meditate cooking. I do. Meditation could even be, the formal meditation, sitting there, clearing your mind, although it never gets clear, but you learn that anywho. Anything that you enjoy doing that brings you back to who you was as a kid, even if your mind is still going and it's not in kid-like form, or if you're a kid, and I'm saying this may be confusing to you, but basically anything that makes you feel joy, anything that brings you to a happy place, anything that makes you giddy. Like the other day, and I think I posted a video, I was on a swing, and that was really joy in my heart because it made me feel like a young girl again. And it's so funny because my mom even played a part in making me feel like a young girl, because of course I am still Danielle, and I was pushing the limit to how high I can go, and to the point where my mom is like, okay, Danielle, that's enough. I thought that was cute, right? But in that video, I am squealing like a kid. And it was pure joy. Because it brought me back to when I really used to make that swing jump. Like, I wasn't satisfied until I almost popped up out my seat. And I still jumped off the swing today. Yesterday. It was a great moment. But prior to that, I had been in an emotional funk. And I say it's a funk because I know it's going to go. It's just me processing certain situations and people and scenarios, not allowing them into my heart space from their actions when I know that they are unaware of their actions. Okay? So if you are one of the lucky ones, if you are one of the ones that are chosen to be awake at this time, then the burden, the affliction is yours. Unless they're waking up too, darling, they're not going to be able to help you. And that is one of the realizations that I'm coming to now. So I decided to share that. Okay, well, that's why. I just talked myself into a realization. Okay. So y'all got that download just like I got it at the same time. They're not going to be able to because they are not awoke, however it goes. They're not conscious. They're still maneuvering out of their subconscious on autopilot. And it's not through no fault of their own, And why I say that is because we all have a journey. We all have a path. And it was all predetermined. You have free will, though, so you may not have to go down that path, but we all are on our own individual journeys. But we are all connected on this journey. We all play a part in each other's life. And so even if you're going through a difficult time right now, and I will not make light of it, I will not make less of your feelings or your emotions, because I'm sure you've been around people that do that. But I will say this, nothing will be wasted. It hurts now, but you will laugh and be thankful later. I know it may be hard to imagine. I know. I get it. I promise I get it. I get it. I so get it. I really do. But if I can survive it for 40-something years, baby girl, my darling little boy. Yeah. And even if you're an adult, I'm still talking to that part of you, that side of you. The little girl and the little boy never goes away. Never goes away. And so sometimes when they want attention, they act out, especially if they weren't raised with emotional intelligence in order to verbalize their emotions, okay? It may not have been raised that way, and that's okay. You have the ability to do it now. And that is to think about what you're feeling before you act on them. It took me 2 years of almost solitary confinement, so to speak, in order for me to come to this conclusion. Because this is a conclusion of a chapter in your life as well. We just closed it together. Really, we did. It may take a minute for it to settle in and for you to understand it, but you will. Take care of yourself. Ground yourself, okay? That went into a whole nother realm. I said rattle off. That was not rattling. It was a message. Somebody is in possible turmoil right now, and it's okay. I promise it's okay. That is another way. Take deep breaths. If you're anything like me, you have been operating in fear for the majority of your life, probably started since birth, probably in conception. But you're learning now. And part of emotional intelligence, which it means basically learning how to control your emotions, learning how to control your body and not act out of emotions. That's what that means. That's what emotional intelligence means. And you are learning that. It's not easy, but you got it. You can do it. I promise you can. I promise you can. But you must learn to take deep breaths. And I'm still learning that. So I'm going to raise my hand, okay? I'm still learning that. I'm sweating. Felt like I just had a hot flash. I'm still learning that. So, take deep breaths. That allows you to process your emotions and to calm down. I started having anxiety attacks when I was 30 years old. I knew something was going on. I kept telling people, I ain't never had anxiety. Why am I feeling anxious now? And I had people gaslighting me, telling me, everybody says that they have anxiety, but that's what they told me. But I know me, and I knew me, and I stood up for myself then. I just didn't know about the undercover subliminal stuff. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Breathe. Ground yourself. Find something to take your mind off it that makes you happy. Breathe. Breathe deeply. I know you think it's crazy, but when they say count to 10, count to 10. Count to 10. Count to 10. And if you're having a hard time making it to 10, then you really need to try and count to 20. Okay? That was me. I raised my hand. Everything I say, I've experienced. Everything I say, I pretty much experienced. And if it's a story that I will say it's a story. And not too old to have hiccups. I don't know. But you need to start writing. If you don't journal, you need to journal. Basically, and I'm going to sum this up because what got me through may not be what gets you through. So I'm going to sum up this list because it's already a lot longer than I wanted it to be. You need to get back to a state of when you trusted God, the Most High, to look out for you while you chased your dreams. And in order to do that, you have to get back to your heart space. That space that made you laugh. That space that allowed you to love unconditionally and remove all those bricks that you put around your heart. Remove all those walls that you put around. Yeah, people done hurt you. And I'm still learning that process as well. People done hurt us but we still love. Now it's just time to love those that reciprocate. You will have to remove yourself from toxic situations. You have to. It's for the betterment of yourself, your mind, your sanity. You have to. It's not a matter of it whether or not you want to. You have to. You have to. And I'm at 40-something just now, realizing, accepting, discovering that. But if you look at it in terms of you having to do that so you can help them, which is the truth, they have to watch you do what you say, and then they will come along the way. Yeah. And I'm learning that. I was trying to drag everybody with me. You can't do that. So do something that brings joy back into your heart. Do something that allows you to freely release all of your emotions, all of them, every last one of them. If you're a kid, scream into your pillow. Or go outside and, I don't know, chop wood. Do something constructive, physical. Something physical. You have to get those toxins out your body. And as you begin to release those toxins, clarity will come. And you will hear God. And God will start talking to you. And He already talks to you, but we're so confused and so jumbled in our mind and don't know which way to go. And running off fear that His messages get confused with our messages, which are the messages coming from our brain. Okay? Our brain tricks us. That's why we have to learn to live from our heart again like a child. It's difficult when you've been hurt, abused, abandoned, all that stuff. It's difficult. I know it. I am learning this process now. So as I am learning, you get to learn it along the way with me. I am learning it. But I never stopped loving. But I stopped allowing people to love me, though. The ones that truly loved me and wanted to cheer me on. I blocked them out, but I kept the toxic ones around me. Not intentionally, though. So neither did you do it intentionally. And it's okay. It's okay. You got this. Okay? Yeah, I'm coming out of hermit mode. I'm going to get myself together. But I'm still cute. I love you guys. I am sending peace, love, and light. Literally. Every message, I want to give you peace, peace of mind, peace that you're not crazy. I want to give you love because our kind don't get it. So I will always say, I love you. And I want to give you light because sometimes we are surrounded by darkness. And it's hard to see the light. So I'm here to shine it for you, darling. I'm here to shine it for you. Mazel tov. Ashe. Namaste. See you guys later.